In my educational voyage, I said, hey, I need to go back to the literature. I need to look at this word educate. What does it mean? What does this word mean? So I found out that literally, in the definition, did you know the word educate means to bring out? Wow. It's not to push in. It's to bring out. And the second part is to draw out. Now with that kind of thinking, wow, that's not what they taught me. I was taught that I am the information giver. I need to pour contents into you. You are just a vase. I'm just giving you content. But then this got me to think, maybe they are more like fires to be lit rather than vases to be filled. You like that? Fires to be lit rather than vases to be filled. There's another word that follows motivation that we don't look at very carefully. It's called intention. It's a beautiful word. The word intention implies a commitment to some type of process of learning. So my question was, does Josh have the right intentions? What is the intention? How is that intention being guided along? And I came up with the question, can we really have a student teach something to a student without intention? So that was my next question. So as I'm tracing my experience with Josh, I hope it enlightens or puts excitement into your cognition about this word and how you might one day decide to change your understanding and reflect. We have to go back, folks. We have to go first to self-understanding before we want to motivate our students. Okay? Here's something else I found out about our curriculum that was mismatched with Josh. Did you know that in America today, we have a plague? Ha! Yes, we do have a plague. I call it the linguistic and the logic plague. Linguistic meaning that our curriculums, we only have two types or two styles of curriculum. And sometimes it's in combination and sometimes they exist by itself. There's only two. There's the linguistic curriculum and there's the logical curriculum. We forgot about interpersonal communication. We forgot about what it means to take care of kids. We forgot about all of the things that really do matter. But we spend so much time on just what? Covering the curriculum. We forget and lose sight about the humanity of kids. And I want you to start to rethink our linguistic curriculum, rethink our logical curriculum, which means, we're just focusing on the content areas, and we're forgetting about the big picture. I want you to know the big picture is not about linguistics, it's not about logic, it's about love, caring, and instilling a desire for learning. Raise your hands if you believe me. Thank you. Here's the magic equation I found out also to help Josh. So, I saw, logic, I tried to bring logic into this, and I created my own equation. How cool is that? This is the equation I came up with. The equation is high self-esteem plus high self-concept equals high self-worth. Whoa, now that I know that, I said, what is high self-worth? And I came up with the following thing. High self-worth is the perception of one's abilities, one's strengths, one's weaknesses, and it includes the entire thing called our personality. And I found the magic formula. I said, I can go in there next week and I'm ready to deal with Josh. So, equipped with this new knowledge and this new excitement for learning, that's the magic equation. I started to work towards my beliefs. And my beliefs were, number one, that all students are capable of learning. You must believe that. It must be part of your style. It must be part of your philosophy. You also must believe that all children are inherently motivated. Folks, we have enough reinforcers out there. We have enough M&Ms. We have enough candy parties. We have enough. And I say enough, America, is enough. Let's focus on the child. Let's focus on bringing back a love, a passion, and desire. Let's focus on the work. Let's focus on the motivation that work can produce in its very natural form. And that simply means, I like what I'm doing. I enjoy what I'm doing. This stuff is exciting. I'm not dependent on you giving me something for doing this. I hope that message travels across many places. The third thing I started to realize that, it's okay to take risks. We must create a safe and supportive environment for children to take these risks. If we have this militaristic style of teaching where I am in charge, you will obey my commands, you must be obedient. If you're coming in with that attitude into teaching, I guarantee you, you are going to invite hostility into your classroom, mayhem, challenging behavior, and all sort of other things that you're going to drag in. So it starts, motivation, folks, in summary, starts with you. Okay? The next thing we need to talk about is the other four things. All students have basic needs. This is something we forget about. Your student in your classroom they have a great need to belong. They want to feel part of this community. Yes, they do not want to be divided. They don't want to be piecemeal. Guess what we do? What do we do, America? What do we do in our schools today? We do divide and rule. Yes, divide and rule. And I'll tell you how we do that. We create the obstacles. We put the barriers. We place these barriers, these artificial barriers, in our classrooms. And we lose that sense of community in the way we run and go about the business of teaching and reaching kids. I'll talk more about that as we go along. There is a need for high self-esteem, but we got it wrong. High self-esteem should never be the goal, but rather it should be the result of what comes from achieving mastery in challenging tasks. So the reinforcement is inherent in the products we produce, in the work we are given. And we need to do good quality work, and we need to have these high expectations. And something else that I had in mind as I said this and stated this, we need to give respect to our students by giving them respectable work. Wow! Who said that? I just did. We need to give students respectable work and show respect by giving them respectable work. What is respectable work? Someone tell me what respectable work is.
Something that a child can be proud of.
Something they can be proud of, David. Thank you. How can we respect a child? By the work we give.
Give them something that is worth learning.
Give them something that is worth learning. And you are? Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. What else can we do to respect students? Huh?
Something challenging.
Something challenging. Thank you, Lindsay. See, these are all very simple things. But I want to put this to you that, you can give respect by giving respectable work. And you can get this back. Phenomenal stuff. And lastly, in my beliefs to helping Josh, I need to have high motivation for learning, okay? And I need to treat Josh with the utmost respect and dignity, no matter what. And there it is, no matter what. Dignity and respect. So I had to change all of that, all in my first year of teaching, okay? So I also started to develop principles, and I think these principles are principles that you can live with also. These are principles also pushed forth by Mecklenburg, who's a great author who I respect a lot, and he said we should bring in these 5 principles in our teaching. The first thing is that we need to emphasize effort over grading. Effort. I'll talk more about. We need to create hope for our children and students. Students are losing hope in public schools today. Students are losing hope in the curriculum. Students are losing hope in their future. Students are losing hope in everything that they find no meaning and no challenge in. We need to start to rethink the respect for power, this power game between teacher and student. We need to look at that and rethink that. We need to also work on building good quality relationships, not just with the student, but student to student. And lastly, please enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy teaching for what it is. It is a gift to you to give to your students. And treat it like a gift. Treat it like a privilege. And go in there with enthusiasm. Go in there with excitement. And remember my 6th question that Josh asked me as an invisible question. What was it? Anybody? Do you really love what you teach? Wow. Do you really love what you teach? That's pretty exciting. But hey, America, Tennessee, Alabama, we have some good news for you. You need to know that students with high interest will become very involved, and they will become more score higher on tests of self-achievement like self-esteem, responsibility, and that's according to Steinberg. So what do? I asked myself, well, where do we start? And I came up with this premise. I found out that 80% of behavior problems, you wouldn't believe this, stems from poor achievement. And it is an epidemic out there. You know why? We don't test kids often enough. We don't know that they're reading below grade level. Did you know that the purpose of reading is to comprehend information? And if I cannot comprehend information, I can't function in the world. If I cannot function, well, I cannot complete your assignment. I am going to act out. I am going to be disengaged. I am going to be completely disinterested in everything that you have to tell me. And we fail to look there first. What and where is the achievement score?